Voice of the blockchain here. Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest. Champagne Crypto, thanks for tuning in. Good afternoon to the kaboomers worldwide. Bitcoin and crypto markets swell. Is this the beginning? We're seeing a green wave over here. A little Christmas treat here for the holiday season. 'Tis the season out there, boomers. It looks like some green grass-fed coins out there on the pastures. Champagne's liking the mathematics today. We're talking about this crypto market swelling. We'll be talking about reasons to buy according to a global coin report, and then some Bitcoin price analysis as the rest of the boomers tune in to this live broadcast. Indeed, this is a live broadcast. Make sure you're touching the buttons for me, the like, the subscribe, the post notification bell, the ding ding, caress all the YouTube buttons. Stay tuned in to the good crypto word that we spread here daily. It's a kaboom today and it's looking green. We'll be talking about that. Make sure you're touching the buttons. Let me go ahead and hit refresh. Check out today's mathematics and see how healthy things are looking, because we've seen a sudden surge above 4,000 here overnight. The market has been injected with billions worth of crypto right now. Market at 134 billion, where just last week we were almost sub 100,000. So there's about 30 billion has been injected practically in just a few days out there. So those that said that the bits were done with, that it was all over, and all the doom and gloomers out there, we can't stop, we won't stop. Hashtag bad boy and the whole crypto family. Let me drop a bomb for the boomers out there. Drop a comment here in the population of the chat box. Let Champagne know that you're tuned in to the good crypto word. Roger that. Do you hear me? I see Rafterman out there. Good morning. Yo, Sorian out there. Hi. Good morning. Mike Bueno, what's up? I see you guys. I took a little second here for the boomers to get alerted here, but it seems like we are back online with some green on the field. Cliff Martin's out here. Good morning. Marlon Jones out there. He says all the baby bear cubs are back. Shout out to Marlon, another long-range sniper out there. Always booming with the best of him. Cliff is here. Mike's here. Sorian George is here. Rafterman here. The brothers are here in the box. We've weathered an Arctic blast out there. Now, I'll tell you, I don't know if we're 1,000% on the clear, but I'll tell you, it looks good and it feels good to have a little warmth on the market after that freezer that we just went through. It was a frosty one, almost under 3,000. We were bracing for impact, but it's really nice to see the bits above 4,000, and it looks like the trends are signaling that things could go higher here for at least the short term out there. So for at least the short term, I'm looking at TradingView technicals out there, and it's been a while since the technicals indicate a buy. You could see if you go over there, you know, I can't share my screen as of late, but I will soon. By the new year, you guys got my word on that one. Anyhow, the technicals over there are saying a buy. Let me check them on TradingView, because I haven't seen the technicals read a buy in weeks. Okay, so, you know, the oscillators, the moving average, you know, all the techs out there are saying buy, buy, buy. 7 only, they say 7 says sell, 10 are neutral, and 11 say buy. So the consensus here is buy, buy, buy. We'll be talking about more reasons and then do a little price analysis here. I have some links down below that I would like to share with you guys. Baby bear cubs are back in the box. I see that. Sorian George says, always cheers to all of us weathering the storm. Says Marlon, cheers to everyone for doing that. Indeed, you know, it was a froster out there, and to stay warm and to hodl through that one was definitely a show of valiance, if you ask me. Mike says, what altcoins are good buys right now? Anyone got any suggestions? You know, right, we don't really make any direct suggestions out here. We talk about some of the coins we liked, and if you've been tuned in, Mike, you know that there's a lot of speculation when it comes to Cardano. I'm not necessarily on the train, but a lot of the boomers like that one, and I still like the blue chippers, like the Litecoins, and Bitcoin Cash is doing very well. I don't have a bag of that. And then you still got Ethereum in the box. Is this the death of Ethereum? Ethereum's still struggling there to be, you know, back in number 2. You know, I like the blue chippers. You may want to check out Marlon's page for small baby bear altcoins, because I know he was experimenting with some. So that's what it is. Getting my fiat guns reloaded. Good morning to Currency. Kaboom. I see Currency's back in the box. I see you, Currency. Marlon says, gonna reload my Neo bags as it hasn't really ran yet. You got a point there. You got I got a little bag there of Neo, and I like the Neo wallet, staking with the gas token or whatnot. Indeed. Robert's here. He says, kaboom, Mr. Dow drop, BTC up. And we've been talking about that. It looks like this is an alternative to the Dow out there. So, people are starting to look for alternatives. And that's what Bitcoin was birthed from, the 2008 financial crisis out there. This is an alternative to the funny bunny banking system that has been plaguing us so long. So those that are looking for coins backed by banks, I think you may be losers in the mid to long term, maybe for the short term, but don't bet on the banks. The banks are failing, and if you ask me, I think they're going to fail sooner than later. That's my personal opinion. Again, I'm not a financial advisor or anybody's crypto daddy, but that's the way I see it over here. Champ, tune in? If I can't read that very well, Champ, it is you we tune in for, not your screen. Kaboom. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. But I'm going to share the screen sooner than later. It's just a technical glitch, and I haven't had time to get around to doing the techie stuff. Champagne's not a techie, but I'll fix it sooner than later. Mike says, you like Wan Chain? I think Marlon likes Wan Chain. I'm not sure. I haven't done much research on Wan Chain, but I don't have anything bad to say about it. Cliff says, I know nobody who buys Bitcoin Cash. Not too many Bitcoin Cash boomers here in the population of the chat box, but I see Bitcoin Cash hasn't gone anywhere. It's still remained in its top 10, so it's earned my respect somewhat, but I don't like the quarrel that they had with Satoshi Vision. But that's more on the Satoshi Vision side than the Bitcoin Cash side. Someone said Quan Stamp over there. Queen's Races is out here. He says collect Neo all day. BCO has been a boomer, says Marlon Jones. I don't know which one BCO is, but Marlon's looking at those altcoins. Bought the bottom on BCO and more than 120% up. He says don't buy it now, but it's running up like crazy. Okay. Derek McLean says he likes the blue chippers. Pretty much anything in the top 15 is a good bet. Leon says, you think this is a bull trap? It's a possibility, Leon. It's a possibility. We're happy that things are up, and we don't want to be negative right now. But things could go back lower. Right now it's an odd time here with the markets the way they are, the legacy markets, and being that it's the end of the year. So I think we need to pull through the new year to really see what this thing will be headed to. Kaboom to Rafterman. He says baby food there for champagne. Shopping love there in the population. Thank you, Rafterman. A little fiat off the ceiling. Guys, the super chat's open out here. It goes to Baby Champagne's Formula Fund. We want to keep the young boomers strong out there. So if you're feeling so gratuitous, go ahead and drop a little fiat there. Show some love. $2, $20, $5, $10. Or if you're a broke boomer, go ahead and drop a positive comment, and we'll appreciate that as well. Lucian says SV must die. Yeah, I'm not liking SV. I'll keep it 1,000 with you. And Revolutionist agrees. SV must die. Yes, besides Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash and Ripple, they could still boom. I just don't like them, says Cliff Martin. So let me go ahead and check out the markets today. Read you guys some of these mathematics. Market cap at 134 billion. We've had a lot of billions injected here. A lot of value has the market has grown a lot of in value a lot since last week. We got Bitcoin there at 4109, so that's good. It's up 7% in the past 24. Ripple trash bags about the same where it was yesterday. You can see the banker coins don't react as good when the market goes down in the legacy financial system. Okay, Bitcoin is the true uncensored alternative to the banks, and we're going to be talking about that as well. Ether is up 9% at $115. It looks good. I like to see Ether taking its whey protein. Bitcoin Cash is the boomer of the day. It's up almost 30% at $176. Shout out to Bitcoin Cash. It's definitely booming. I'm not a bag holder, but I see that it has the name brand, and you know, it could be that peer-to-peer alternative. You know, it's between Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin as far as that fast peer-to-peer electronic currency. I don't think people are going to be using Bitcoin as an everyday usage in the future. Although it's the global reserve, in my opinion, there's going to be other coins that may be used on a day-to-day, like to buy, you know, stick of gum or whatnot. And Bitcoin Cash could be one of those. Litecoin could be one of those. And then you got the other third generation blockchains. I'm not sure if they're going to be used for everyday transactions, you know, as far as the store, but I see their applications as well. So, you know, keep your eyes on that. We got EOS at 269. EOS is doing well. Stellar is dropping. Stellar was number 4, and now it's number 6. Stellar, Ripple's little cousin, at 12 cents. Litecoin, back on its number 7 spot there at $32. I don't think Litecoin's going anywhere, guys. You know, I've been trashing Litecoin here and there, and, you know, it's been a stinky hold, but hopefully Litecoin will shine. Satoshi Vision, the fake Satoshi, they're at $108. Tether at 102. Tron at 1 cent, and Cardano. So it looks like there's going to be a showdown here in 2019. I would call it between EOS, Tron, and Cardano as far as these Ethereum alternatives. Now, there's some other cheaper Ethereum alternatives that we saw booming yesterday, like Lisk and Stratus, and some others. But you know, as far as these blue chippers, I would call Cardano, Tron, and EOS on a little showdown here. Cardano there at 3 cents. Cardano, you know, could deliver there in Q1. So far now, Tron has been growing its community, and EOS is one of the, if not the most used blockchain in all of crypto. We got IOTA at 32 cents, and then we got Monero, my favorite privacy coin out there. And this one right here, it's, you know, this, don't sleep on Monero, guys. I'm telling you, don't sleep on it. This one is not going to go anywhere. And if the markets worldwide get funnier, bunnier, if that's even a term, Monero will continue to raise in value, if you ask me. Kaboom to Roger Oliver. Nice to see you back here in the population. Roger here with the €2. He says, here we go, baby formula. I appreciate you, Roger. Thanks for the $2 gratuity. A little more fiat here. Don't look to buy into the bull run, baby bears. Had red candles for a year. Sit back and wait for a correction. Just my 2 cents. Hodl in the green and buy into the red, says Marlon Jones. Indeed, I like that that opinion by Marlon out there. Just don't chase these green candles. You want to buy the blood out there. I don't think any coin without inflation will be used for everyday purchases for most of the world. I don't think any coin without inflation will be used for everyday purchases for most of the world, says Derek McLean. So yeah, I don't understand your reasoning behind that. So you're thinking inflation's good. Some of these coins are inflationary, but you know, I think what gives Bitcoin its value is that it has a fixed supply. Kaboom, says Cliff Martin. Rafterman says, I've liked Litecoin all the way down. Okay, shout out to you. Lucian says, Tron will not be in the race. Is EOS versus Cardano. Tron just paid devs to move dApps to their platform, but just small shitty apps move because they were paid. Tron doesn't bring anything, says Lucian. Okay. Roger says, my pleasure. Thank you, Roger. I appreciate you out there. Cliff says, Cardano doing big things soon, and it's forking. Okay, so there's a fork out there. Usually, you know, I'm not attracted to the forks. It could bring negative energy to the blockchains, but let's see where this heads to. I don't know if Revolutionist knows anything about that. We know Revolutionist has been very bullish. The Cardano general is what I like to call them. You know, let's see if you could, if you've heard anything about a Cardano fork, according to Cliff. Mike says, "Aye, champ, got a meeting. Good to see you, my friend. Keep it up the good fight." Thanks for stopping by, Mike. Enjoy your rest of your day and stay booming out there. Revolutionist says, Lucian and EOS has a head start and has several cracks in it. Cardano would be king. Yeah, you know, EOS does have several cracks in it, and it does have a head start. So let's see if Cardano could design a better blockchain, because it's, you know, it has to do with the technicalities and its functionality, but also has to do with the community. So they're kind of behind, if you ask me, Revolutionists. They not only need to bring good tech, which I think they're doing, but they need to build this community fast. Okay, you know, everybody's competing for attention right now. And they need to, you know, go ahead and build up those user base. Travela, Jin, and Elastos. If you want to look at small altcoins with working product, Jin just keeps growing users with turnkey masternode solution. User base up 100% in 3 months. There you go, Marlon. Check out Marlon's channel if you want to see some of these altcoins. Some of the boomers were asking me about some, alternative smaller coins. I haven't been focused on the smaller baby bear coins, but I know Marlon has, and I appreciate that. Derek says, yes, coins without inflation, Bitcoin, are a good store of value, but bad for everyday purchases because you have no incentive to spend them, says Derek McLean. I see where you're coming from, Derek. That, I see the logic, but you can't say that, inflation is incentive to spend. I mean, it's maybe indirectly correlated and makes you spend, but just because inflation is not the only reason people spend. But you may have a point. I like the way you're thinking, because I'm not looking at it like that, and I appreciate your perspective. The fork is a fully decentralized Cardano token, says Cliff. Okay, so apparently Cardano will be splitting according to forking, according to Cliff. I would be interested in learning more about that. Cardano will be in the top 3 in 2020 when the fintech apps will be built on the platform, says Lucian. Okay, CryptoZilla says, long day battling in the trenches in the Eastern Front, but we are pushing back up the hill. Shout out to CryptoZilla, a general there on the Eastern Front, holding the line. I appreciate you, CryptoZilla. CryptoZilla is another day one boomer. Seems like CryptoZilla and Marlon Jones are one of the most high-ranking officials in here. I appreciate you guys. Kaboom to Queens races with his daily too. He says the Fed is going to continue with the interest rates. The Fed has hiked the interest rates, if I'm not mistaken. I think they have. I haven't caught the actual news how much they did or didn't. I know they were due to do that. But the instability in the markets, the legacy markets, not the crypto markets, the instability in the financial system, the major financial system could bring more eyes to crypto, because crypto is the alternative out there. Crypto is the alternative. Alternative frequency, alternative booming, a new day, a new era out there. Lee Banky 199 out there. I appreciate you, Lee Banky. Thank you. Another boom from Lee Banky. He says 10 flat. I see you, Lee Banky. Marlon Jones says, and Derek, that's another reason he likes smart cash. I call it velocity of money. Okay, so Marlon Jones seems to agree with the inflation. I mean, I'm not too fond of the inflation, but I can see what you're meaning. If a coin doesn't have an inflation, then people have more incentive to hold it and not spend it. I see where you're coming from. I like the thinking behind that. Lee Banky with $9.99 on top of his $1.99. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate you. Boom. I appreciate the love. Lee Banky throwing $10 or a little more than 10 there in the population. I appreciate you, Lee. Thank you. Queens giving you the fist pump. Roger Oliver with another €2 here. He says Trump is going to veto the bill out there. I'm not up on that one. I haven't stayed tuned into the politics this week. But I was checking out some of those QAnon videos, and I don't know if it's a LARP. And if it's a LARP, it's one of the greatest LARPs of all time, if you ask me. But it's definitely entertaining. D-Rock says ETH, Waves, EOS, TRX, and Stellar. That's a lot of competition for Cardano to be king. Hope they hurry up. Yeah, you're right, D-Rock. They got competition, and it seems to me like they're building a pretty sound blockchain. They're taking their time with it, and the technicalities seem like it's pretty sound, being that it's peer reviewed. But they have a lot of competition. You're right. Waves, EOS, TRX, Stellar. It looks like a lot of these these alternatives to Ethereum are attractive right now. So, they got some competition in their field. Let's look at the big hitters today. Crypto.com chain, never heard of it. AION, there you go. I've done a video on AION. AION's up almost 35%. This is another one that when I was looking into Cardano, I came across this AION chain. And it's another 3rd generation blockchain. And this one was very attractive to me. I believe that I have a video floating out there about AION. You may want to search Champagne AION. This one was very attractive. This one allows users to run dApps as well. This is an Ethereum alternative. Reminded me when I was, like I said, when I was researching Cardano, I came across this AION. And this one's trading at 18 cents. AION ranked number 74. Bitcoin Cash is up 28%. At 176. And then we got Pivx. I know Revolutionist likes Pivx. I've covered Pivx in the past. This is similar to Dash. I like to call it Dash's cousin. This one's a hybrid blockchain, proof of work, proof of stake, and has some privacy features. And, you know, I like the privacy coins. I think that those may boom in the mid to long term. Check out the videos I have down below if you want to learn more about that. Then you got Bitcoin Diamond up 22%, Komodo up 17%, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, Omisi Go. That's nice to see. OMG. I know we got boomers holding OMG, and then we got Verge. People were in the box talking about Verge yesterday as well. So shout out to those tokens. Revolutionist says, D-Rock, Cardano's much more than it appears at first glance. Trust me, it's a boomer. The Revolutionist says. Derek says, yes, champ, that's why a coin with a programmed moderate inflation rate that can't be controlled by a centralized government has a better chance as an everyday coin. You got a point, Derek. You do have a point. Now that I'm really thinking about that, you do have a point, you know, as far as being used peer-to-peer cash. But as far as, you know, I'm not going to call it a stable currency, but as far as a global reserve, like a digital gold, I like the limited circulating supply that Bitcoin provides. But I think that you're right. That's probably the reason why it's not being used as an everyday peer-to-peer currency. So, you know, you got a point, Derek. I like the way you're thinking. I hope now we will see a boom, says Niraj. I hope so. You know, I think this may be a dead cat bounce. It may be a bull trap, but I'll take it because it's over 4,000, and that's nice to see. And hopefully that will inspire more people to jump back on the crypto train. All aboard out there. All aboard. Boom. Roger says, thanks to Lee for the $9.99. Very nice. Thanks again, Lee. I appreciate you. And thanks to everybody, Roger Oliver, Rafterman, the rest of the boomers out there, Queens, everybody showing love in the super chat. Guys, if you want to show love, you can go ahead and drop it there in the super chat. It goes over there to Baby Champagne's Formula Fund. We're keeping the young boomers strong for the holidays and beyond. I appreciate all you maniacs. Stay booming out there. So I have this article linked down below. I wanted to share with you guys 3 good reasons why you should buy Bitcoin right now. But before, let me shout out Marlon Jones. He just dropped 5 on it. Boom! Marlon, he says, check out DaVinci J15, first Bitcoin YouTuber, been on Bitcoin since 2008. Proven Bitcoin Oracle, says Bitcoin will go to 1 million and settle about 100K. Yeah, you mentioned that just a few days ago and yesterday. So I have subbed to J15, but so far I haven't caught anything that has caught my attention yet, but you know, I just subbed like yesterday, so you know, let's keep an eye on him. Thank you for the 5, Marlon. I appreciate you, and thank you for referring that to us. The Revolutionist says, plus, if regulation comes into the crypto markets, Cardano will be safe as it's peer-reviewed with 100% safe and tested code, which will be attractive to institutional investors once the system goes live. And that could be a point out there by Revolutionists. So going back to this article, over on Global Coin Report, 3 good reasons why you should buy Bitcoin right now. And this is posted down below. These are not my reasons. These are the reasons listed here in this article on Global Coin Report written by iBank Crypto. Number 1, Bitcoin is solving the scaling issue. In short, Lightning Network provides another layer to the Bitcoin blockchain where users can establish tunnels amongst one another and use these tunnels for sending countless transactions, which will not have to be processed and recorded on the blockchain. You know, I understand that can solve the scaling issue, but you know, I'm not completely a fan of off-chain solutions, but some people and many users are taking this as a good thing. So that's one reason that they're listing that the scaling issue is being solved. Number 2, institutional money is about to arrive. We know that, okay? You know, the institutions have been building out the infrastructure all of this year. And I think indirectly, that's probably why the prices have been suppressed, so that they can accumulate bags and then sell them back to the normies once they pump it in 2019 or 2020. That's my opinion. Indeed. So the institutional money is about to arrive. If it's not already here. Number 3, Bitcoin is spearheading mass adoption. Bitcoin has the biggest name associated with the term crypto due to multiple reasons, but mostly because it's the oldest, largest, most valuable, and still to this day, the most relevant crypto. As such, Bitcoin is the main coin in transactions, on exchanges, in online stores that are accepting crypto. Bitcoin is the coin that the entire world knows and respects, the coin that is the leader of the crypto market, but also of the entire crypto adoption. So Bitcoin stands at the middle, and that's why I've always said that you should have at least 50% of your bag in Bitcoin. More bits, more bits, more bits, more bits out there. Exactly, champs. Like you always say, hodl the bits, spend the fiat. You hodl the bits because you know its supply is fixed. You spend the fiat because every day it loses value. You got a point. You got a point out there. I'm not holding on to anything that's losing value. You're right, and that's why people don't spend gold at the store either, Derek. It's not like you go to the counter and buy some gum with gold. So you got a point out there, Derek. Thanks for providing that perspective. D-Rock says, with any gain, there will be pushback. Lots of traders in the space. Some will pump and take a breather. Money to be made, says D-Rock. Indeed. Bitcoin is king and always will be, says Cliff. That's the way I look at it. Marlon says, I'm more excited about the increasing volume in crypto than the price. Volume brings opportunity to make gains, says Marlon. Indeed. Cliff Martin says, the first and longest, heaviest validated chain is Bitcoin. More bits, more bits. This, guys, is indeed what I believe to be the global currency standard. Okay. The global world reserve standard is Bitcoin already. I think it's going over people's head. This is my opinion. You may disagree, but I think a lot of people are sleeping on the true value of the bits out there. It's been deemed dead. I don't know how many times. The bubble has burst about 4 times, losing over 80% from its all-time high, but that it rises from the ashes like a phoenix and continues to fire, 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 and push the line forward. More bits, more bits, more bits, and more kabooms. Drop a bomb out there. Let me throw some coins off the ceiling. I'm a believer, guys. I'm a believer. Let's check out this article linked over there on News BTC. Bitcoin price analysis. BTC soars above 4,000 and paving the way for 6,000, says News BTC. So they're bullish. They're saying 6K is the next target out there. So you can go ahead and read it. It's linked down below. They have a little price analysis. I'm not going to go over everything, but their Bitcoin to USD trade plan is as follows. They say buy at 41.50, stop loss at 38.50, and their target is 45 to 4,700. If there is a retracement from spot prices, our alternative plan will be as follows, according to News BTC. Buy at 3,700 to 38.50, stop loss at 35.50, and then their target will be about 4,500 to 4,700. Indeed. Kaboom to Roger Oliver, showing love today. I appreciate you, Roger. Boom. Another bomb for you, and throw some fiat off the ceiling there as well. Roger Oliver showing love with the 2 euros out there. Guys, if you're hyped, if you're feeling the energy, drop a little fiat there. Drop a comment. It doesn't have to be about showing love just with tips. You could drop a positive comment out here. I feed off everything. What is NNC saying? Excuse me, NBC. I haven't been tuned into NBC. Rafterman, I have no idea. I don't really tune into the mainstream media out there. Roger says, let's go, champ. I'm generous today for baby champ. Shout out to Roger. I appreciate you, Roger. Thank you very much. Sorian says, Revolutionist, you should always keep some gold. It's always safer. I know Revolutionist is a gold stacker, but he let us know that he swapped out some metals for Cardano the other day. He says, I always keep gold and silver, but I have to put around 11 ounces of gold into crypto along with fiat. There you go. The future is Bitcoin and is king of crypto. I believe in the alts will complement Bitcoin, but will have a future as well, says D-Rock. Indeed, I agree with you. Marlon says gold is not safer. Someone or a government can take your gold. They can't take your Bitcoin unless you give them the private keys. And that's what it is out there. That's the bottom line. And Bitcoin could be easily transferred across the globe for very little. And it's way safer to transfer Bitcoin than it is physical gold. And like Marlon says, a government or someone else can't just take your Bitcoin. They need to have the private keys. So, you know, that's what it is. And I think that's where the digital gold has an edge. Thanks for that information, Marlon. Cliff says technicals on Bitcoin divergent of price. I'm expecting a little pullback, says Cliff Martin. And that might be true. I might be true. As, you know, as bullish as we're feeling today, this morning, I think we could take Marlon's advice. Don't try to chase the green candles out there. I would disagree with this News BTC article. I wouldn't be buying. Kind of wait things out for a second. You know, this could be a little dead cat bounce. And if you've been dollar cost averaging like most of the boomers out there, you know, buy the dips. And again, that's just our personal opinion. You're going to do whatever you like because we're not crypto professionals. But anyhow, you know, there's still a possibility that things could go lower. Indeed. Rafterman says there are counter callers. 100% says Cliff Martin. Sorian George says, okay, that's good because now you diversify, says Sorian. Indeed. Sorian, I put gold into crypto so once crypto booms, I can trade my cryptos back for more bullion, says Revolutionist. So he's stacking value on all angles. Shout out to Revolutionist. Derek says, great point, Marlon Jones. Roger Ripple says, no FOMO. Shout out to Roger. Welcome back to the population. Cliff says, I'm half short and half long. If we dip big, I'm adding fiat to the mix. So you always got to have one in the chamber. I think you've been dollar cost averaging out there, Cliff, and that sounds like a good plan out there. Shout out to the boomers. We've been streaming for 30 minutes. It feels like 13 minutes. And, you know, I want to keep it close to a half an hour here on these holiday broadcasts and enjoy the rest of my day. So I'll take a few more comments and questions. I appreciate the energy out there. I got to say, I was running late today and it was one of those days that I didn't want to come online, although the price was up. I was just tired today. It was my day off from the gym. I was kind of sluggish today, you know, not for any particular reasons, but some days you're more excited than others. And it was one of those. It's like, oh, I wish I had a holiday break. I was feeling, you know how it is, guys. But anyhow, I'm back online. And as soon as we get here on the microphone and the boomers come here in the population, the crypto brothers, you guys charge me up. We've been streaming for 30 minutes and it feels like I said 13. So I appreciate your energy. I was reminded that I never regret coming online and booming with the best of them. I appreciate you, major maniacs. Roger, appreciate you. Derek, thank you. Sorian, Fud Machine, Roger, the rest of the boomers, Marlon, and Queen's Races, Revolutionist. You guys keep me fired up, and I really appreciate you, maniacs. 2019 will be a super year for Bitcoin, says Roger Oliver. Hopefully. Kaboom, says Roger. Sorian, I keep my gold under my pillow, says Revolutionist. And you know what I've always said, Revolutionist? Keep a little Bitcoin under the pillow as well. I know you're bullish on Cardano and you know, you're going to have most of your bags on that, but don't sleep. Have one at least for collecting purposes out there, for a collector's item out there, just to have a original bit out there, Revolutionist. Make sure you throw one there in the shoebox for us. Marlon says, kaboom, champ, thank you. Think the market will come back down? I'm waiting to buy a full Bitcoin at 3K. I'm not sure, Nano. I think that these are waters no crypto maniac has swam in before. Things are moving kind of odd. So I really don't know. I would buy the dips, but we said this in our crypto winter survival tips. Don't try to time the market and say, all right, I'm going to buy everything at 3K. You know, dollar cost averaging seems to be a better strategy. Roger says, baby champagne keeping you up. You're probably right there, Roger. Kaboom, been with champ since summer 2017. I appreciate you, Cliff. Thank you for tuning in. Revolutionist says, no Bitcoin for me. It's just not for me, says Revolutionist. There you go. You know, I can respect that, but I still feel like you should at least have one there just for collector's purposes, even if it's not for you. Queen says, Revolution, what do you think about platinum price? I think some of the boomers were talking about platinum. Who was it? Original Copy, or one of the boomers is there on TradingView doing some chart analysis when it comes to precious metals. Derek says, I would rather have Bitcoin than gold. I don't see the point of gold unless it's a nice chain on my neck. And I can understand that. Gold, you know, is going to maintain its value, but, you know, it's not going to boom, you know, 10x, 100x. I don't expect that, but maybe I'm wrong. But the point of gold is just to hold it, and it's something nice to have as well. Once you get a couple coins, a little metals, and hold them in your hand, it's definitely a good feeling. Roger says, I keep my Ledger Nano under my bed. Shout out to Roger. Marlon says, you should have fired at 3K, Nano. People were scared at 3K. Now they want that deal again. Just buy back the correction, buy the correction and sit back. I agree with Marlon. A lot of what happened when it was at 3K, everybody was scared. They didn't want to catch a falling knife. That's why you got a DCA, dollar cost average. Fire a little here, fire a little there, and don't dump your bag all at once. Again, that's just our personal opinion. We're not your crypto daddies. Revolutionist says, I have 95% in Cardano, no space for first or second generation. I understand that. Roger, that's where as I don't know what, Roger, that's where as a kid used to keep my penthouses. Okay, Rafterman. D-Rock says, I have some buys at 3,600 for Bitcoin, but I don't think it's going to happen till January. Who knows? Everything is moving, so it feels great. Yeah, it does. It does. It's nice to see things over 4,000. Marlon says, that's why you shouldn't play catch the falling knife. Indeed. Nano says, I should have bought 3K of Bitcoin Cash at 80. It's pumping up to almost 200. Crazy. Yeah, it's one of the top pumpers today. Looking good today. It's looking good. Revolutionist says, Queens, platinum is attractive, but silver is the best investment if you ask me. I don't know if it's the best investment, but I think it's one of the most undervalued metals. Silver, you know, around 15 bucks. Well, let me see. I have the trading view up right now. Silver, if I had it here listed, silver is at 1478 today. Gold is at 1264. Silver's nice. Silver's nice. So you can get silver coins pretty cheap online, and they're less for $20, and you can hodl them. I like silver. I like silver. But, you know, I don't expect it to go to $100 anytime soon. So that's what it is. Roger Ripper says, love it or hate it. Bitcoin Cash is the comeback kid. Well, this week it is. Definitely it is. Sorian says, guys, I enjoy this chat, so I invite you to the Dracula Castle in Transylvania, Romania. Shout out to Sorian. I know you're out of Romania out there. Sorian George. Sounds like a power lifter always when I see your name. I appreciate you here in the box out there, Sorian. Perhaps one day we'll do a party out there in Transylvania or in the Revolutionist Castle in the United Kingdom. D-Rock says, yep. The Revolutionist says every 1 ounce of silver is sold over 400x by paper market manipulation. Right. And some are arguing that that's what they've been doing to Bitcoin with the futures or whatnot. So, you know, whatever. Derek McLean said Bitcoin trash and Litecoin are just coins that are writing Bitcoin's branding and wave and are funny bunny BS coins, says Derek McLean. Queen's Racist says Roger Ripple, Bcash always has a good pump, so I respect it, but only because it makes me money. Cliff Martin says, words Sorian, 100K Bitcoin Castle party. Litecoin is the test bed for Bitcoin. If it works on Litecoin, then it moves on to the Bitcoin coin, says D-Rock. And that's true. The Revolutionist says the true price of silver is over $400 each. Yeah, I think that one of the major banks, was it JP Morgan or some of those major investment banking, someone just got prosecuted or charged with manipulating the market. And they admitted to it or whatnot. I don't know the details, but that they've been manipulating, doing the funny bunny with the metals there, the paper, just like Revolutionist is explaining. And that could be true. Silver could be valued higher than it actually is. Queen says platinum price is the lowest it's ever been. Okay. Yes, you weren't the only one that was mentioning platinum here in the population. I think it was original copy. I don't see him here today, but let's see if he responds on a future broadcast. Well, guys, on that note, I think I'm going to get out of here, guys. Keep these streams under... I would like to keep them under 30, but, you know, the energy is always so good that we always run up to about 40 minutes. But it's all good. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be doing 2 live streams. You know, on Friday I do the second live stream, this general self-improvement chat, where we talk about crypto, diet, exercise, strength training, and more. Last week we talked about the no-fap out there and how it's been charging up the boomers. I don't need you guys acting funny bunny, fapping all the time, playing PS4 to 3 o'clock in the morning and acting like a fat boy or a little skinny, frail baby bear cub looking like Vitalik. I need you guys training hard. I need you pulling the weight and going to the gym at least 3 times a week out there. Check out the strong lifts and tune in to our second broadcast where we have a general open chat and we talk about ways to become better men out there. On that note, guys, I'm going to leave you guys. Shout out to Revolutionist, Queen's Racist, Rafterman, D-Rock, Lizzo, Derek McLean, Roger Oliver, the rest of the boomers, Cliff Martin. I see you guys, and I appreciate all you maniacs. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Stay booming out there and stay strong and enjoy these green prices out there, boomers. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's biggest cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in.